Folks, I'm going to tell you, Dan Campbell is one of the most fearless people that I know. Rock climbing, roller skating, jousting. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, then why is he hiding behind a wall here? This one has so many questions, and we're going to get to it in just a minute, but it may have something to do with this video. Right here, join me and my Fox 2 colleagues as we take a deep dive into this clip and many other must-see videos from Metro Detroit. Welcome. I'm Brandon Hudson. This is The Rundown. No, this is not a pilot for The Bachelorette. This is not Pop the Balloon or Find Love. This is The Rundown. And we're going to get back to those two hulking men in just a minute, but we want to introduce our panel back from her week off. It's the woman who has the best eye roll I've ever seen in my entire life. If you don't believe me, take a look at this. Yeah, we had to slow it down for you. So it is the musician Stevie B's #1 fan. It is Ronia Shimona. Ronia, welcome back.
Thank you, B. I appreciate that.
And we have someone who is Fox 2 royalty. We just happened to see him walking in the hallway. Easy, Derek. Not yet.
Me?
Not yet.
You're not the royalty.
Not yet. It's the guy sitting next to this guy.
Oh.
Can we get him? Sorry, Derek. We're going to get to your introduction in a minute.
That hurts right
but
here.
We're going to get this
That hurts right here. I thought I was the highest of highs to the lowest of lows.
We're going to boost you back up. We're going to boost you back up because we're your friends. But we have some Fox 2 royalty here. It is Scott Wolchak. Scott, welcome to The Rundown, man. The first time we're here.
Yeah. You know, that was an incredibly accurate introduction. I was just walking down the hall, and Brett's like, "What are you doing at 1:30?" I'm like, watching a court hearing. No, you're not.
Yeah. So here we are. Here we are. And lastly, the guy we all love. Really when he gives us great weather, but really any time of the year. It's Mr. Derek Kevra, and we're going to start with this because we want to set the scene. Look, Salt Taker, amazing Nate Matson, they were both in the studio to preview a tag team championship insane rules match over the weekend. So what I didn't realize was Nate Matson, who you see looking kind of like Rambo-ish, sitting next to the guy that has the shovel, Soul Taker, he's a part of the Canadian World Order. So they're kind of getting into it. They have this match. They're in our studio. Things get a bit heated. Derek, I know that you were there. We're going to get to that reason why you're hiding behind the wall in a minute. But as you're seeing this play out on the other side of the studio, what's going through your mind, man?
Well, I saw the two. They were pretty respectful to each other early. And then somebody said something. I think something was said about Canada or something, and it made them mad. And they're talking, and you're like, okay, well, they're going to chill out. And he kind of turns away. And there's a moment where something going to happen, and then he turns away. There it goes. And it happens just like that. And all of a sudden, Soul Taker, he's not a small guy by any means. He gets up and he stares him down. He keeps his composure pretty good. He keeps his composure, but you can tell he's just fueled with anger,
Gosh.
Like there's a fire burning, and I'm the next one to talk, and that's the problem. I was the next one to talk, and I think I just was an easy target for him, and he just started walking right towards me, and I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of there. And he's
got the shovel.
I am not. I read the situation correctly.
You read the room right.
I needed to get away.
You understood your assignment. Look, folks, this is the beauty of pro wrestling. I can't confirm or deny that we did plan this. But, look, I know that, Roni, you were a ring girl.
Yes.
Scott, you grew up watching wrestling.
I did.
Look, people just having fun. When you see stuff like this, does it bring back a sense of nostalgia?
Of course.
Yes, you know what? That's the kind of stuff that you live for. Just the stuff where you've got the weather guy who's being threatened with a shovel, and when you see Soul Taker in person, right? You feel that fear.
Yeah, I mean, he is an intimidating man, and you don't want to upset him.
Yeah, no.
Or you could call him out. You get side with the Canadian World Order.
I mean, I know I present as a very strong and intense individual. I mean, you see me
absolutely.
Show us those muscles.
Totally.
Show us those muscles.
But you come at me with one shovel hit, and I'm out. So I'm not. I know my limitations.
Only one shovel hit.
Right.
That's it. It's all it takes. And I'm done.
All right, so look, we're going to take a bit of a serious turn here and get through this story here because the most amazing video. Oftentimes on this show, we do highlight the brave actions of first responders. This is another opportunity to do that. I want you to check out what happened here. Is that a Warren? Police rescue a person who attempted to jump off an overpass at Groesbeck in 696. Now, what we learned is this man had a history of mental health illness. After the argument with his wife, he threatened to end his life. We appreciate, though, the actions of Warren police officers. They stepped in, saved this guy. If you want to see this story, you can check out Jessica Dutenak's story on our website, fox2detroit.com. And do remember that if you know somebody or if you yourself are having suicidal thoughts, you can call the National Suicide Hotline at 988 or 1-800-273-8255. All right, so we're going to go from there. We're going to reintroduce a little more levity to this show. Now, look, when I say Dan Campbell to the four of you, what comes to mind?
Grit.
Yeah, grit. There you go.
I know this is gritty right here.
Biting kneecaps.
Okay, so the Lions coach really seems like he can conquer pretty much any challenge except for this beanbag. His wife, Holly Campbell, posted a video on Instagram trying to move this giant beanbag onto his truck. He was helping his daughter move home after her first year at Michigan State. The three of us on here, we are dads. Have either of you two been faced with a giant beanbag? Or?
Actually, we had one growing up called the Fuff.
Okay.
It's this big, it looks like that, and it was my brother's, and I actually inherited it when I moved out. I was like, I'll take the Fuff. It was not worth it because my dad had stored it in the garage. It smelled like diesel, and they are hard to move. They are bulky, and you can't get a good grip on it. I mean, you see Dan Campbell, that dude is huge, and he's even struggling with this thing. I mean, he's shoulder checking it and everything.
Yeah.
They're always heavier than you think they're going to be.
Yes.
I mean, you think of a beanbag chair, you think it's going to be light and fluffy. They are heavy, and those ones that are that big. I mean, that has to be, I don't know, 70 pounds maybe? Another thing to notice in the video, of course Dan Campbell has a truck.
Right. Right.
If you gave me $1 million for one guess, Dan Campbell's driving a pickup truck.
Yep.
Well, I don't think he can fit in anything else.
Right? Yeah, he's driving around in
He's
a
not
Prius.
driving in a little sedan.
I love this.
He's awesome. He's such a dad too. He's just a cool guy.
Yeah, no, this adds to
Look at his
the
calves.
legacy. Right.
Is anyone noticing the calves?
I wasn't paying too much attention to that, but yes.
It's like two bulldozing big rocks.
Can you imagine you're driving down the road in East Lansing and you're just like, it looks like Coach Campbell on the side of the road with a beanbag.
Jumping on top of a beanbag, trying to
diving
smash
into the
it
bed
down.
of his truck. No, look, this is incredible, and also, look, it speaks to the fact that, look, he's a dad just like many other guys.
Right.
You know, he loves his kids, and he's willing to go the extra mile to make them happy. So, kudos to Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I have a new life goal, by the way.
What's that?
My new life goal is that somebody will see me on the street and say, "Look at Derek Kevra's calves."
You might get one of
One
those
of these
people.
days, somebody's going to say that.
You got to get your wife
Inspired by Ronia.
It's his short wearing season,
Right.
So maybe next week for Ronia, we'll come out here with
full
we'll
calves.
show off our calves.
Oh,
I love that Derek Kevra.
I like it.
It's leg day.
On the rundown.
Yeah.
It's a fashion
It's a fashion show. It's a special fashion edition of the Rundown. There you go. Ronia on commentary. Look, so before we go, so you've heard the term snitches get stitches.
Uh-oh.
But what happens when the snitch is your pet raccoon? So let me explain this here. This is out of Springfield, Ohio, because of course it's Ohio. Police pull a woman over. As officers search the car, her pet raccoon is going to fetch the woman's meth pipe. And then at some point, it looks like the animal is using it. There we go. We pause it for you.
Oh, Lord.
This was all caught on police body camera.
He's showing how it's done.
What is going on
Of all
here?
things, did you train your raccoon to do that? No, this is a video that people have been talking about in our Fox 2 newsroom. We did have it on our air. This is Ronia. I showed you this yesterday, and you had a good time watching this. Your thoughts?
I mean, never trust a pet.
especially pet raccoons.
No. And really, how did this all go down? Why does she have a raccoon? I have so many questions, and that car needs to be really organized.
Yeah.
Cleaned,
Cleaned
thrown away
out,
maybe
yeah.
the entire car.
But yeah, this is crazy. I mean, this was all over social media and went viral for obvious reasons.
And if you're a police officer, like, how do you approach this? Like, what
do you do?
Your raccoon. What is up with this?
Well, I have a question. How were they able to identify the suspect when he's very clearly wearing a mask?
Bravo.
Get it? Do you get
Further
it?
proof that Derek's a dad.
Yes.
Got some dad humor right there.
That was a top tier dad joke. Man, there's a lot to unpack here in this car.
Yeah, I feel like credit to the
literally,
editor for it. Not only do we have the exact moment the raccoon pulls out the pipe, we have the slow zoom in to show, look at how menacing this is. Wow, but I mean, what a weird call. I mean, kudos to the officers who have to respond to this type of stuff.
Look at that.
Hopefully, whoever this person is with the raccoon can get some help, I would think.
Yeah, and we also have to find out what happened with this raccoon. Like, do they
Does it go to sanctuary?
Right.
He's
in rehab.
Oh my God.
Like, what are you in for? Like, my owner was using the meth pipe, and so no, it's crazy.
Although it does provide a decent alibi for the owner of the car. He could be like, it wasn't my meth pipe.
Right.
It was the raccoon's.
Because he didn't look, the raccoon definitely looked like
He knows
knew
what he's
to do.
doing.
Yeah.
He's using it.
Yeah. Oh, man. We're good.
The commentary keeps getting better and better. Can we keep going?
Hey, look, I appreciate you guys. Scott Wolchek, your first time on the Rundown.
Yep.
Won't be your last time. We'll find you walking around sometime. But that ends this week's Rundown. Thank you for joining us. For Ronya, Derek, Scott, I'm Brandon Hudson. We're going to see you next time. And enjoy your Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
enjoy your Mother's Day.
We'll be
So
nice.